Hi, my name is Eleanor Vieira, and I am the chairperson of the Revere Beautification Committee. And today I'm here with Mike Merullo, owner of Capital Waste, to talk about recycling and trash. I met Michael last year when the Revere Beautification Committee gave him the Island of the Ward at Brown Circle, which is a very beautiful island. And so our committee gave him an award, and we talked. And as the year went by, into the beautification committee, all about talking about trash and recycling, I needed to be educated, and I think a lot of other people have to be educated. So I thought maybe I would do this TV show and have Michael come on and speak about recycling and trash. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Eleanor. How are you? Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come in today and have a good discussion about the trash and the recycling in the city of Revere.
Thank you.
I appreciate everything.
And I hope everybody out there is listening, so when they do their recycling next week and their trash, they will have some new ideas and some new pointers. And if we all work together and do it right, our city will be cleaner and better.
And a lot more recycling.
Right. Okay, Michael, would you like to talk about... I know, I guess what's the start for the educating the people is that the DPW sends out a form. You can explain the form a little bit?
Yes, the DPW has, and I know the city sends these letters out every year. It's a calendar which will give the red and green weeks, okay, which to put out your recycling red and green weeks. And what to put out is on the calendar. The weeks it goes out, yard waste weeks are on the calendar. The holidays, because a lot of people, you know, they don't realize which holidays counts as a holiday, which day would be skipped over and might be pushed back a day. And it's all on the calendar, which is a good thing to know. And if you don't have them, I'm sure you could pick them up at the DPW yard, City Hall, I believe, also.
Okay, they haven't, the new ones, this is the old one.
Okay.
The new ones haven't come out yet.
Okay.
It's sent out by the DPW. I don't know exactly when they will be sent.
I know they're
them out.
coming soon. I'm sure they'll be out shortly.
And like we talked before, if you've never recycled, about the red and green.
If you haven't recycled before and you're not sure of the weeks that you might be on, if you call the office, our number is on the bottom. If you call the office will look up the street and they'll tell you what color week you would be on for that pickup. If you give them the address, they'll tell you.
I see.
Or you could even talk to one of your neighbors.
Right.
I'm sure one of your neighbors will do it, because most people, we feel, and they do a great job, and there's always room for improvement in Revere, are recycling now with what they have with the toters and the big bins that are out there.
Yeah.
They are recycling. Now,
I don't know, a few years ago, when we got the brown toters, I was amazed at the people that started recycling. And it's somebody asked me what's the percentage of the Revere people recycle?
I will get you the exact numbers. I did not have those today, but I'll bring those and I'll give it to the committee so they could see it, so we could have it. But you would see over the last, I would say it's been about 5 years now with the bins, and you'll see that recycling has not doubled, but I would want to say tripled, or even more than that. And that is a big savings to the community. Instead of all that recycling material that used to be put in the trash and taken to the incinerator, which they pay by the ton, is now recycled and reused into new products, carpet, all types of stuff, curtains, clothes, and reuse paper back to paper again.
Right. Yeah. Now, so and Revere, as far as in comparison to other cities,
I would say they're far ahead of the game compared to most cities that are out there right now. They're doing it. It's fantastic the way you see people, and most people are using multiple bins.
Right.
Compared to, they used to have the small 12-gallon bins, the little ones, which was a problem because the overflow would blow around the streets and it would make the streets a lot messier. With the opportunity now that people have, the bigger bin, and now it's single stream, which obviously all your bottles, all your canned goods, all your paper could go all inside the bin, and at the facility that we take it to, they will put it through the machinery, and it will be separated from newspaper to bottles, cans, to glass goods, to plastics. It will all be separated there, instead of putting one bin for paper and one bin for bottles and cans.
So that's called a
That's a recycling facility,
right.
And all they take at their
but no, that stream.
single stream recycling.
That's called recycling. So in other words, you put your paper and your bottles. Because I got that call this morning. A person asked me, "Can we do all together?" And I said, "Yeah." And I read the paper, and it said single stream recycling. As like I say, I am new into this. It's.
Well, I saw your house. You recycle a lot.
Yeah.
You do very well.
Well, I got that from my husband. He decided to educate me about a year and a half ago. And being on the beautification committee, it sort of like jumped in, So, but you can also say by us getting those large brown barrels, that's helped a lot too.
It's helped incredible. I mean, those bins, we see a lot of bins now filled right to the top.
Right.
And in the past, people would only fill up the small 12, 16 gallon bin, and that was it, and the rest would go into the trash. Now they have this 65 gallon bin, and it's filled.
And it's stronger.
And it's stronger. It doesn't blow around on those windy days, which we have up on the hills and everywhere here in Revere, along the beach. They don't blow as easy around, so you don't have to worry about them getting caught up underneath the cars or blown down the sidewalk. Yours gets blown down to your neighbors, it gets misplaced. It's a lot stronger.
Right. So in the long run, it's a better, and it rolls. You just pull it down, and you can just roll it.
It's got a nice heavy duty cover to it.
Right.
It has nice heavy wheels to it, so it's easy to roll.
And it looks better.
It's much better for the eye. I think the appearance of it on the eye is much better, much cleaner looking.
Right. If I had a picture of those bins, I would show it.
Yeah, maybe we'll show a picture. I'm sure maybe during a break or something like that. There, I think that would be a great idea.
Yeah. So that really works good.
And I also like to say, on the overflow, if you do have overflow, and I know some people do, if they can get a sticker for a regular trash barrel, if they may have it, and use the sticker and put it on it, because it's easier for the gentlemen that pick up the stuff. They may go right by it. If it doesn't say recycling on the barrel, they won't pick it up. It will go in the trash sometimes because they won't realize that it is all recycling material.
Right. So in other words, if I fill up my bin and I have some extra cardboard boxes on the side, I just put them on the side.
Which cardboard would be understandable, but the paper and other stuff that might go into a barrel, okay, the guys won't know what's in the bottom of the barrel. If it doesn't say recycling on the barrel, it may go into the trash. Because we don't want to contaminate the recycling truck with any trash.
I see.
So that's why it's important to have the stickers on those recycling barrels if you have overflow barrels.
Right.
Some people do.
Right. So in other words, if I wanted to get these stickers, I would go down to the DPW.
Go down to the DPW.
And you will talk to the DPW.
If they don't, we'll make sure they have some, and we'll get some to them if they don't have any more.
I think I've seen them. They're orange stickers, and you just put them in front of the.
Yes, and that's the same with the yard waste stickers also. Have that for the barrels, because that's a problem that people don't realize. The yard waste, they'll put bags out, and the trash bags, they'll use trash bags, which we can't pick up trash bags, and then they may dump them into a barrel if they have an extra barrel. But a lot of times, even the barrel, the gentleman may just throw that in the trash because, again, they won't take that chance and contaminate in the yard waste with maybe bottles, cans, or any other trash that might be in the bottom of the barrel. Unless it's clearly marked the barrel for yard waste, pointing to the street so the gentleman can see it while they go by is the best thing, because they're going to go by it. If you only fill a barrel half filled with grass clippings, they'll think that the trash guys, when they came by, it was a barrel left over from the trash. Right. And they won't be able to see what's in it. Right. So they would go right by.
Right. So now we have recycling week, and then we have yard waste week.
Correct.
Right. Now, I put my yard waste in a bag.
Paper bags.
Paper bags. The brown paper bags?
Yes, the brown paper bags.
Now,
and we'll pick those up. Those are clearly seen, so it's easy. But some people with the grass clippings, they have the extra barrels. We will pick up the barrels as long as it's clearly marked yard waste on the barrels.
So there's stickers for those
There's
too?
stickers for those too.
That would say yard
and
waste?
face it towards the street so the
So the
gentleman can see it, because
yeah.
sometimes it may not be full.
Right.
As far as that there.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yep.
good. Education is the key, and you know, today in this world is such a fast world, and there's so many things to do, and I guess I think a lot of people really have trouble recycling. I think it's an older set, but I think it's the young. They should be educating the kids in the schools.
And I think they are.
Yeah,
I see they
yeah.
have paper bins in the school.
Yeah.
I believe, and they have the cafeterias recycling quite a bit, because
Right.
they're down there picking up recycling at the schools.
You pick it up at the schools too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
And how does that?
toters.
And
We
they
pick
have the
up-
toters
They have
there.
the big toters there, and we pick up there.
Not the ones that we have.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
Yes, yep. And we pick it up at the schools. So I mean, everyone's helping out a little bit.
Right,
But if it is
right.
started at the schools, and I'm sure the teachers and the kids come home and they talk
Talk
to the parents and
yeah,
ask.
yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
can definitely see the difference in the community.
Yeah.
As far as the recycling tons, what's out there now, what was out there 5-6 years ago.
Right.
They're doing a great job.
That's good.
There's
That's
a lot
good.
of room. There's room there to do better.
Yeah,
You're still
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
a lot of loose trash bags and stuff like that there.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, somebody asked me on recycling, if your recycling wasn't picked up on that day, what should they do?
If your recycling was missed on that particular day, you should call the office, leave a message with the office, that it was missed.
Mm-hmm.
We asked if you could get it out by 7 o'clock, because they're in town. We have the equipment's in the town early, and they're picking up. They start picking up at 7 a.m. So it's great if you could have it out by 7 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Some streets, we may be there right at 7. So it's important to have your trash and your recycling out at 7. They may go by it, and they'll go back and pick it up. But if it keeps happening, obviously they'll leave you a note that you need to have it out for 7 o'clock.
Okay. I was asked, how do you dispose of wood?
Well, wood is a sore subject with the community. There's no construction material allowed to be picked up. Furniture, as you know, you need to get a sticker.
Now you have to get a sticker at the Board of Health?
The Board of Health, City Hall, you pick up a sticker. But obviously, for furniture, bulky goods, stuff like that, you need to have a sticker. Construction material if it's inside the toter, or if there's trash bags inside the toter for recycling, it will not be picked up at all. It will be called in, it will be left behind for the resident to take the material out of the toter and separate it, because if we did that every time we had a stop, they'll never get the job done.
So no wood in the toter?
No wood or trash.
What do we do with the wood?
Well, I believe you should call the DPW department if they have wood. I believe there's certain Saturdays of the month that they allow you to bring wood down and put into the dumpster down at the city yard. I know they were doing that at one time, and I think we should just call the DPW department to see.
Check into it again?
Yep.
Okay.
But if you have furniture and stuff, you need to pick up a sticker. At the city.
Right.
Board of Health.
Someone asked me about pizza boxes.
Pizza boxes are great for recycling, but the problem with them is a lot of times they have pizza and residue inside the box. Oil, the food waste is still inside the box, so we do rather see them thrown in the trash. It's very seldom that you see a really clean pizza box. It's hard to get it clean, and it contaminates the rest of the recycling that we're picking up. They do not like pizza boxes inside the recycling. The other thing that they don't like, because it wraps around the conveyor systems and stuff, are the small trash bags, the plastic small 5-gallon plastic bags. They get wrapped around the conveyors at the recycling facility, and it causes a big nuisance because it breaks the machinery.
You mean like the white plastic bags?
The white plastic bags that
Yeah,
you may
the
see
small
at
ones.
at the little variety
Yeah,
stores and
right,
the
right,
Shaws
right. Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff. They're not recyclable.
Right.
And they're made from recycled material, but at that point they're not recyclable anymore.
Yeah.
So they're no good to put in the recycling.
Right,
It
right,
becomes
right,
a
right.
problem.
Now, at the stores, you're talking about bags, a lot of people still bring in their own of canvas bags and stuff like that. But the stores still have the plastic bags.
The stores still have that lightweight plastic bags.
Do you think that'll ever go away?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
so.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you're seeing more and more people though go into the stores
With their own.
with their own bag.
Yes,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's stronger.
Right.
And it holds more.
Right.
And it's easier to carry.
Right,
And I
right,
think
right,
you'll see
right,
that
right.
more and more as
time goes
comes. And
on,
I think
yeah.
the store departments, the food chains will want that because they're spending money for that, so they
Bags.
could possibly get the food cheaper, and you'll be able to purchase cheaper if they don't have to buy bags.
Good point, yeah.
I
Good
think
point,
that's
yeah.
you know, in the future, I think you will see that.
See that, yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah.
As far as
Yeah,
that,
I was in a place last night. I was having dinner, and as I was walking out, the guy was taking the rubbish out of the bin, and I looked, and there was a lot of bottles in there, and I said, "You don't recycle?" Because now I'm really into it, you know. And he said, so he didn't really know what I meant, and so another girl come over, and she said to me, she said, something wrong? And I said, oh, I was just wondering if you recycle. She said, well, today's a busy night, so we just really can't recycle. And then she went on her way, you know. And as I walked out of the place, there was this big bottle, and it was for recycling, you know. So, you know, I guess some people do and some people don't.
But you see, in the restaurants, most of them are getting into it because
Right.
it's more of a mandate. When we take trash to the dump, if there's a lot of recycling product inside the trash,
Yeah.
there are what they call inspectors at the dump. And if they see that it's not being recycled, they will write the company up, and the company will have to go back to where their customer and tell them that you need to recycle. And we're seeing that a lot more. We're seeing restaurants do food waste to recycle their food waste. We're seeing that, which is getting more product out of that waste stream.
Right.
Which is food waste is a great energy way of to make energy.
Now, may I ask where the dump is?
There's many food waste dumps. When I say many, a lot of compost facilities, some of the old farms, they compost the stuff. Some of the yard waste material is mixed with the food waste, which makes a compost.
Yeah.
And some of it is made into energy to power for electricity. Deer Island, I know they're looking to bring food waste in. There's throughout the state.
Well, like in
many
where I
places.
work, the stuff that goes out of code, like the food that goes out of the code, and they put it in bins and feed it to the pigs, send it to a pig farm.
They send it to a pig farm. I don't know if they still feed it, but they use it for, like he says, a compost, and they'll mix it with the yard waste. And it's very good compost, you know.
Yeah, right.
Good for the gardens.
Good
like
for the
my
gardens.
father used to have. He used to put the food out in the garden.
Yeah. So and recycling on the holidays, like, you know, how people get kind of confused, you know, on holidays, you know. But if you read, going back again, reading the form,
Reading the form
is most important.
It is. It's you know, this is a great, you know, tells
Great
you
tool,
a lot of
yeah.
a great tool. They have different pictures on it, which will also show what you're able to put in, what you may not be able to put in.
Right.
Styrofoam, they're not looking to put styrofoam, and that's a problem at the facility too.
So styrofoam isn't.
Styrofoam is not recyclable.
Really?
Not at this time.
Wow.
Yes, the egg boxes are,
The egg
but some of the styrofoam egg boxes are not recyclable.
So, like, when you go to a restaurant and you don't finish your dinner, like last night I didn't finish my dinner, they gave me a styrofoam that's not
recyclable.
Wow.
Yes, not recyclable.
You are really educating me.
Hopefully someday it will be, but at this time it's not.
So eventually the restaurants will have to go
Hopefully
another.
a lot of them though now are using the plastic the plastic Ziploc type of. I went to a restaurant the other night and they gave me a little plastic container instead of those styrofoam.
Instead of the styrofoam, wow.
And it actually held the heat in a little bit better.
Wow.
It actually worked out better.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you're seeing that more and more.
Yeah, wow.
So it's kind of good.
It's quite an education, huh?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It certainly is.
So, I mean, now are we on to the trash?
Okay.
Trash.
I think there's definitely.
Oh, did we talk about? We didn't talk about yard waste barrels. Well, yeah, that's what when we the
yard waste barrels.
And the placement about it. Yeah.
The placement. They should be put next to your recycling bin, not right up to it. Separated a little bit so the guys. It's a different truck that obviously picks it up, so that they're not. There's no confusion of what is going, and have the sticker facing the street. Like I mentioned, it's great if you got a yard waste sticker and it's in a barrel, face the street so everybody, as the truck goes by, they could clearly see it. Try not, if it's possible, put it in front of your neighbor, next to your neighbor's car, because it might be blocked and you might not be able to see it. So if they could put it at the end of the car, closest to the sidewalk, on the end of the sidewalk, closest to the street, so that the drivers could see it and get it and get off the street faster. It less tie up in the traffic. Obviously, it takes some time to go down all these streets. So if they were able to get it at the barrel easier and quicker, if you're behind the truck, you're not behind them as long if you put it in the right spot.
Now, like if it's a street sweeping day and all the cars are on the side,
all cleared, no parking, right?
Right. But if they're all on the other side where your trash is,
it's a little tougher for the guys.
It's a little tougher, right?
It's a little tougher.
If you could just try to pull them out a little bit, so
Yes, if you could pull them out a little bit, make some, just a little bit of an adjustment there, so that they could clearly get at it. Or if you do park your car, and obviously there's a lot of, you have to park your car, we understand, but if you could just leave enough space so the guys could walk through. And just get enough room to get at it, because obviously these barrels are heavy after a while, and if you got to lift them up over the cars with yard waste or the paper bags, we have a lot of injuries that way, and we're trying to,
so
whatever we could do.
Again, education is the key. Trying to get the citizens to work with the trashmen.
Yes.
I know they may say, well, they're getting paid for it, but it's one hand washes the other.
It is, and to keep
the
cost down.
That's right.
To keep the cost down is to get the guys so they get home without any injuries. Because
we want that guy back next year.
We want him back tomorrow.
That's right.
Next year. We want him back the next morning.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the key. Obviously
that's the key. That's how I feel. That's what it is all cooperation, communication, and that's why I decided to I was thinking, I said, well, this is a good big part of the city, and it's a big concern, and I think that's why I wanted to have you on,
Yeah, no, so, this is great. It's a little different than being at the circle, but this is good.
Yeah. So, has the 15 minutes gone by? Did he leave?
You have 2 minutes left. You might want to wrap it up.
I'm sorry. Okay. Mike.
We should talk about the trash a little bit if we could.
Okay.
I would like everyone to realize that the trash, when they put it out, that it should be in trash barrels. If you can't put it in a trash barrel, they now have the rodent control bags. Okay, they're a little bit more money, but as you know, it has been some talk about rodents in the community. If we have the bags, we're seeing that they don't get ripped open. So obviously, we believe that that's part of it that's working. The rodents, squirrels, those type of animals are not getting into the bag. If you put them inside a trash bag, a barrel, it's obviously better because you don't have the pickers going through it as much. They don't see it. We know we have that problem in every community, but obviously if it's in a barrel, it's not seen. They can't see it as much what they're looking for when they're picking through it. So that's why it's neater and cleaner. Right. The small shopping bag that we were talking about a minute ago, about the small Shaw's bags or the Stop and Shop plastic bags, a lot of people still use those for trash bags. that's a no. We'll pick it up because we don't want it blown all over the street. But the city's really cracking down. They don't want to see it. We don't want to see it because that's what is all over the street. That's the stuff that breaks open. The animals get into it, and it's hard to control that.
And if
but
the
we
Board of
need
Health,
to,
if the Board of Health goes by, they'll say you a fine or a warning.
They're giving warnings and they're giving tickets out.
Yeah.
We're seeing that more and more because I see the code enforcement out and about a lot more with this problem because they know it's a bigger problem than they firsthand. But it's getting a lot better because you're starting to see a lot of these rodent control bags.
Now the color has changed.
The colors, they used
It's
to
a
be in
lighter
black,
green,
but now it's a light
green.
There's still some of the old bags still around, the older style, but the light green is still out there, and you're starting to see that a lot more. So if you do put a loose trash bag out, and that's what you want to do, I would suggest if you could use that, it would be better because obviously those bags are in your backyard, and we don't want to have those critters out and about. So if we could keep them that there's no food for them, it's better for everybody.
That's great.
I think that would be the way to do it.
Well, I think we're going to try to wrap it up right now. I want to thank you for coming on and educating the people about the trash and recycling, and I'm sure everybody out there appreciates that too. And so we're going to have hopefully we'll have a cleaner and better city.
I agree with you, Ellen. I thank you for taking the time today. I think this is a great opportunity for us to talk about this a little bit more. Maybe we should have done it sooner, and we'll talk again. But I think let's see how this goes in 6 months, and maybe get back together before the winter time.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thank you very much, Mike.
All right, Ellen. Take care.
Take care.